question comes from Marioff, and he asks, "What is your IQ?" And then he sends a screenshot to show that he is literally Albert Einstein in the flesh, guys. This man is literally Albert Einstein and has come to bless us with his presence. So I took the test that he took, and I got this lovely IQ score. However, I'm not quite sure if I trust it, because I feel like if I were to do the test, if I were to like study for the test, I could be the next Albert Einstein. Also, I'm not sure how much I trust IQ tests. I'm not 100% sure how trustworthy it is, because I still fall into the Bedwars void an average of like 20 times per day. So, next question is from Larice, and he asks, "When are you going to play Mother 3? Now, if you don't know, Larice is very dedicated to this question, because he has stream sniped me almost every stream I've done for the past few weeks and asked when I'm going to play Mother 3. So, the answer to your question is soon. Actually, would you guys want to see that? Like, I actually want to do it. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun, and it'd kind of switch things up on the channel. I think it's good. I think it's good to sometimes have a little bit of variety. Just a little bit, you know? Kind of have a special stream where I speedrun Mother 3. So, soon. If you guys would want to see that, let me know in the comments below. Kev the Man asks, "Can I be in the Q&A?" Yes, you may. Joey and Frankie ask, "How is your day?" Thank you for asking. It's pretty good. I have some fun stuff planned for today. I had a really good stream. Like, it was a lot of fun, and I got to hang out with like a lot of friends. Like, a ton of people joined, people I hadn't talked to in months, and so it was just a very wholesome time. I had a great time, and I was playing with a lot of awesome people. So yeah, it's been going well. Thank you for asking. Okay, Bolts asks, "English is blue, math is red, history is green or yellow, science is yellow, green. Do you agree?" And Quaggalicious adds on to that by saying, "Hey Kat, what color is English?" I pretty much agree, but it kind of depends. I would say English is actually, I think English is yellow, and then I think science is red. And then I think some of the colors are jumbled up in my head at least. But I am not 100% sure. So, I need to check again because yeah, I don't know. Kev the Man asks, "Can I be in the Q&A twice?" Yes, you
Your trust.
Gakaka asks, "Have you ever had a near-death experience?" Okay, so the funny thing about this question is, there are two ways this can go. There have been times, I'm sure, where I've had near-death experiences, but then there have been a lot more times where I felt like I've had a near-death experience, and I totally thought like I was going to die, but then it turns out it was nothing serious, and I was just overreacting, which tends to happen a lot. So, I would say yes, actually. So, one of them, I was crossing a street with my family, and I was like 3 feet in front of them, or something like that. And this car decides that even though the light is red, he's going to make a very sharp turn right in front of me. So yeah, that was pretty scary. But I think I was far enough away where I was fine, but you know, I didn't get hit or anything. But had I not been paying attention, that could have ended a lot worse. If the light is red, don't go. And then recently I was on a plane and there was just a ton of turbulence. Well, I didn't think we were gonna die, but it was like one of those things where you could die. Pure Bacon asks, "Kat, whether it is your full name, social security number, password, and full address." I don't believe in keeping information like that private, so I have included a link below where you can find out all that information. However, I'm not going to say it on video because YouTube might demonetize me for that. I don't know why they would, but they might. Brad asks, "How old were you when you were born?" 6.2 years old. Negative 6.2 years old. He also asked, "Did you know chainsaws were invented to help with childbirth?" What? No, I did not know that, but I know that now. Alright. So this question, I guess, I don't know why, but this is like a really big deal to people in my comment section and everywhere. Like, everyone keeps asking me, "Are you a furry, and what is it like being a furry?" So I am not a furry, but since a lot of you guys seemed really interested in knowing the answer, I decided we'd interview a real furry.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. I just have a question I wanted to ask. I noticed that you have a lot of fur, and actually, you see, I have this, like, YouTube channel, and my viewers were kind of wondering, like, what is it like being a furry? Could you just tell us about your experiences, please? Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you for your time, ma'am.
Marioff asks, "Who or what made you grow your channel?" Well, so this is interesting that you of all people are asking this question, because I actually want to thank you, because Marioff, if you guys didn't know, promoted my channel a few times, and he has given a lot of good advice on how to grow, and so I think I think you deserve some credit for that. Yeah, so definitely you helped me grow my channel, but along with that, I think live streaming really helped, and doing collabs. So I think that's especially what helped me grow my channel, but also just keeping at it, keep posting, improving. Like, my channel's not the best, but even just, like, slightly improving my content over time definitely helped, because I think people noticed when I took the time to work on something. Corporal asks, this kind of based on the question I just answered, but if you could give yourself advice back when you were at 30 subs, what would you say? Well, so obviously, like, the more logistical part is, like, live stream, when you live stream, it's your personality that's really the content is from your personality. Whereas with other stuff like montage making, and I love editing, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it a lot. But that stuff like that, it's very common, and even though you can have like an editing style per se, like it's not the same. So yeah, I guess definitely live streaming helped, because you're bringing your personality. But on a more like a mental standpoint, I would say the advice that Sam Dow gave when one of his subscribers asked how to grow in subscribers, or I'm just gonna paraphrase it right now. And what he basically said was like, you can worry about your subscribers, but you need to think about how you can improve your content. You know, it's good to have that feedback of how many people are enjoying your content, what works and what doesn't. But at the same time, like, if all you're thinking about is how many people enjoyed your content and stuff like that, but you aren't working on actively improving your content, so basically the idea is like, if you have that mentality of like, how can I improve my content, then you're not going to get hung up over the small things. Because, like, you know, the amount of subscribers you have, that's going to fluctuate like all the time, especially with YouTube and stuff like that. You're constantly going to be gaining and losing subscribers, or you might be really stuck and you might not be gaining subscribers at all, and then you're like, how do I move on from here? But if you focus on making your content better, then even when you're at a standstill with subscribers, you still have a goal, something you can work to achieve. So yeah, that's kind of just the advice I give myself, at least. I'm not saying like this is advice for everyone. I know some people, like, they work really hard on their content and that they still don't have growth, and that might be something else. But just for me personally, like, that's kind of, I think that was important for me to learn, and sometimes I wish I'd learned it earlier. Yeah, thank you for the question, by the way, Torpal. Breeb asks, when did you start getting into montages, and what got you into making montages? So this is an interesting question. I don't quite remember exactly when I like started, because usually what gets me into something is viewing it on YouTube, right? It's like if I watch a lot of montages on YouTube, then suddenly I really want to make montages. You know, if I watch a lot of something, it inspires you, you know? Corporal started his channel, and he started making montages. So that really, like, I was like, oh my goodness, I just thought they were the coolest thing ever. So I was like, okay, I really want to do this. And so I guess that's kind of where it started. So what really got me into making montages was quite literally Torpal dared me to make a montage. And so I was like, okay, I guess, what do I have to lose? It's just putting a bunch of clips together. Obviously, I mean, there's more to it than that, but you know, in the end, like, it is, you're putting clips together. And so I was like, what do I have to lose? But at the time, I wasn't very good at Minecraft PvP, like, at all.
You're trash, kid.
Like, and I was super underconfident, I think it's inconfident, I don't know, about, like, my editing skills, because, of course, like, I was completely new to it. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, when I don't know what to do, I go for the humor option. So what I decided was, like, you know what, I'm gonna prank my friends, they're gonna think I'm gonna do this awesome montage, and instead, I'm going to do a death montage. So that is how we got the Coffin Dance montage. But yeah, I would say definitely Torpal was a really big part in the fact that I make montages today. And then over time, just meeting new people and collaborating with them has definitely helped. Okay, the next question is from Doomferno. When did you post your first video, and what was it? We need to go a little way back, 2018. Actually, maybe even before that. I think, yeah, 2018. And I had recently gotten really into watching Dennis Daily. And if you don't know, Dennis makes this, he's been on YouTube for a while now, and he's really well known for his Roblox content. He does do some Minecraft content. I played Roblox at the time. I was pretty into it at the time, and I was like, hey, you know, this is really cool. I should make a channel. And so my first video was a Roblox video, and it was me showcasing my Meep City house. I grinded Meep City. Like I was really into that game. I saved up for that castle, which should be on screen now. My content was Roblox at the time, so yeah, that was my first video. And I mean, it didn't do too well, but you know, I did a lot more commentary back then. I have some camping videos, and I actually have a list of unlisted videos. So if you guys are like bored and you want to see like a way younger me with some top-notch quality editing, I'll have a link below. Also, speaking of links, my friend Redmont made this awesome texture pack, and you should sub to Red's channel, which will be in the description below. And you can download this texture pack with the link below. Yeah, so huge thank you to Redmont for making this texture pack. Breeb asks, if you had to choose between cast or crew in a show, what would you pick? Okay, so this is, for those of you who don't know, another passion of mine is acting and being in plays and having attention on me, because I am an extrovert and I love an audience and all that stuff. So I'm gonna take this way back to when I was really little. I really wanted to be an actor. You know those childhood aspirations. You're like, oh, I'm gonna be a veterinarian. That was one of mine, by the way. But I was like, you know what? I want to be an actor. However, I just didn't have a lot of opportunities to act at the time. Like, my school didn't have, I mean, they had like performances where you recited a poem or whatever, but like they didn't have musicals or anything. Our church didn't really have musicals. I mean, for the church at least. They had some for the school, but that's a long story. Yeah, so basically, like, I didn't have a lot of chances to act, and I was like, man, I really wish I could act. Yeah, I could have joined like public performances that they have, like, oh, join this, but I don't know. However, so there were some teenagers at our school, and they ran an acting camp. Just at their house, and so I got to be a part of that, and that was so much fun. And so I really liked doing that, and that was like my first, I guess, debut really into the whole acting thing. I was like, you know what, I want to act more. That was so much fun. And I had done like plays and talent shows for the neighborhood kids and stuff, but I was like, you know what, I want to host my own acting camp. So I did. I started small acting camp, and I had just the neighborhood kids and my siblings in it, and it was about like 8 people total, and we did the 3 Little Pigs. Now in that play, because I really just wanted an opportunity to act more, what I did was I casted myself as the third piggy and the narrator. So I had like the main role in the story. So that was kind of like, okay, I want to act, so I could create my own situation where I can act, and then I get to act in it. However, the next year I decided to let myself step aside, and I realized it's a lot of fun to just be a director and then be a narrator. And the reason for this is I really enjoy just leading, doing leadership stuff. I enjoy being in charge, you know, doing leadership, bossing people around. So in the end, like whenever I did those camps, I would cast myself as the narrator. And that's because I was usually the director, and I just wanted to have a little input in the play, and that way I gave myself the lines. But I was still like, I wasn't the main character, because it's way too tiring to be the main character of your own show and be a director. Although I'm sure there are people who have done that before. Anyhow, so fast forward a few years. As you know, I've recently moved. If you didn't know, now you know. I recently moved, and so I've started going to a new school. And at my new school, they have a lot of different classes and electives, which is awesome. So actually, I got to join this one called Performing Arts. This class they call it Performing Arts. And so for Performing Arts, I guess the school talked to the teacher, and he was like, okay, do you guys want to be would you guys like to put on a show? Like, he would write the show and then obviously direct it, and we could all be in it. And so I was like, yeah, that's awesome. We all agreed that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, so now basically we're gonna be putting on a show, which is so much fun. However, during that, the thing he does is he decides, like, he wants to figure out where everyone is at. Because it's performing arts and not just like a musical or something, he really wants to amplify people with certain talents. So he starts splitting people up. So he's like, if you feel like you really enjoy acting and you want to do acting, you feel like you can do that, stand over here. So I go over there because I'm like, this is my chance. I finally get to act. So I am super hyped. And then he says, you know, if you feel like you're more musically talented and you want to do music for the show, come over here. And then he's like, if you feel like if you're gifted in dancing and you want to do that, come over here. You know, so it's like all these things. And then he says, if you would like to help lead or direct the show, come over here. And
Oh, you playing Minecraft. I like your cut, G.
So I'm kind of torn. And then it just occurs to me like, hey, I don't know if I really want to be an actor anymore. I think I want to help direct. So I go and I stand over. And let me tell you, like, it has been so much fun just being a director. Just helping and getting to monitor everyone and getting to... I also, like, by the way, I'm not just a director, like, I'm more of an assistant than a director. But, like, I also get to, like, you know, give my input on certain things. Like, oh, I think this would be really cool, or this would be really cool, or whatever. I guess all that to say that being a director / assistant counts as crew, then I would choose crew. But if those were not included, then I would choose probably cast. Sorry, that was a really long answer, but that was a really good question. Jay the Potato YT asks, what is the best candy? So the best candy, in my opinion, is probably, I love sour gummies. So Sour Patch Kids, Trolleys, but I also just like gummies in general, just gummy bears, gummy worms, all that stuff. I really like gummy candies. That was the final question. So thank you to literally everyone who asked a question. And of course, thank you again, guys, for 200 plus subscribers. Like, I'm really happy that you guys enjoy the content enough to leave a subscriber. Leave a subscribe? Can you do that? Can you do that? Someone in the comments, tell me if that's a word. Leave a subscribe. Thank you to Redmont for making this texture pack. Again, link to the pack and Red's channel in the description below. Go check both of those out, please. Also, I want to say, I want to give a shout out to a few people in particular. I want to give a shout out to Pure Bacon, Clarice, and Hypersoul. You guys have been to like almost every stream I've done, and I just want to thank you guys so much for all the time you put into just hanging out. You know, it's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy having you guys there. Along with that, there is a group chat on Google Chat who has really supported me ever since they found out about my channel. They've just been so supportive, and you guys are literally the best. So thank you so much for all the support. Like every time I hit a milestone or post a video, you guys just are really supportive about it and are just cheering me on. And so I really want to thank you guys. And also, like, you guys are like really cool to hang out with, and you guys are great friends. But all that to say, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this took so long. I had to re-record it a few times.
Who's that Pokemon? And his name is John C.
Thank you for withstanding my rambling. I stream every Saturday on YouTube, some awesome Hypixel content, so you should check that out. And soon to be Mother 3 for Clarice, obviously. See you guys in the next video. Thank you all. Have a great day, and God bless, and thank you again.